What's going on, guys? This is Damien from the Lookout, back with Vjeverica from the Lookout, and welcome to the final out of our 5-part video series for absolute beginners. Today we are covering black. If you like these videos, hit the like and subscribe button, and now we're just gonna jump right into it. What is black all about? Black is about two things. What I would call drop manipulation and free plays. Let's go with the drop manipulation first. Drop manipulation is placing cards in your drop area, sending them to warp, sending from warp to drop, playing cards from the drop area. It's all an aspect of drop manipulation, and this mechanic is made possible through leader cards. I mean, leader cards are spearheading them. You have a couple of leader cards which are just focused on putting cards in the drop area, or focused on overwhelming cards, or for sending from warp to drop. So yeah, these tactics are made possible because of these leader cards, and the payoff for drop manipulation is free plays. Free plays are done through Overrealm, Dark Overrealm, or just self-milling. You have some cards which are played for free if you've milled them, basically. And these free plays are basically done in a way that most of them, except the self-mill, are Overrealm cards, which are super impactful, but they leave the field after your turn is over. So it's kind of like powerful push now for free, but then they're gone. Now let's look at some budget concerns. The good news is that black is the second cheapest color in the game. This is because a lot of its staples were reprinted back in 2021, and besides red, black is definitely the cheapest color. I would argue that red has some more expensive staples than black does. But on the other hand, black has the best secret rares in the game. So if you want black secret rares, you're going to pay a lot of money. And black also has some promo cards which are important to some decks, and they haven't been reprinted yet. So while some staples, the majority of staples, are super cheap, you still have these cards that you're going to have to pay a lot of money to get, but they aren't as important for the majority of black decks. Speaking of cheap colors, these are the only two expensive staples in the game at the moment. You have SS4 Gogeta thwarting the Dark Empire, and you have Oceanus Shenron Negative Energy Explosion. And both of these came out in set 14. Gogeta is still expensive, although a special rare version exists, and well, Oceanus is one of those, how to say, it's one of those very good generic floodgates, but not as good that many decks would want it. If you're playing a mill deck, this is like the best floodgate that you can wish for. But if you're playing something else, some colors have better, a lot better floodgates. So, but yeah, these are the only two very expensive staples. The rest of them are just budget. These are your budget staples, and I think this is the first time that we're actually going to have two screens for all of the budget staples, because there's just so many of them. So you have like 6 counters, you have only one super combo that you want, Vegeta set 11 super combo, and now you have these tech cards. These are usually your sideboard cards. They're here depending on the metagame. And now we're just gonna take a quick look at all of the staple battle cards. These are your 8 budget battle cards, and a lot of them are seeing play in a majority of black decks. One of them actually costed 70 euros at some point. This is SS3 Gogeta thwarting the Dark Empire. But yeah, you have like your Goku and Vegeta, both of them are Xeno. They are mostly here to either help you counter your opponent's strategies, but in general you use these for Gogetas. They're played in Gogeta Xeno deck. You have Brainwash No More. This is a damage prevention card. You have SS4 Bardock. you have Full Shrouded and Mystery, who can be a great finisher, and of course SS3 Gogeta. So yeah, these are your budget staples. And now let's look at some budget deck recommendations. Deck recommendations, we have Sin Xeno as your extreme budget deck recommendation. We have Vegex. Vegex, I chose Vegex because it incorporates black almost perfectly. It's both a drop manipulation and free plays through that drop manipulation. And you get it in a starter deck. And finally, your budget-ish, more non-budget recommendation is Gogeta Xeno, which is currently the best black deck in the game. First off, we have Sin Xeno. This is your extreme budget option. This engine was split into two parts in set 14 and set 15. That is where you will find Xeno Shadow Dragons that go into this deck. It's a mid-range deck with mill elements. When it came out in set 14, it looked like it's gonna be full mill deck, but then set 15 gave it more of a mid-range value-ish engine. So yeah, it's a nice blend of the two. However, like the yellow Sunshine Run, this one is also very engine archetype locked. So it usually runs just Xeno Shadow Dragons, and you cannot really transition from Sin Xeno into something else. But if you're looking for an extreme budget option, this is the one for you to go with. Next on our list is Vegex. Vegex incorporates everything that black is. It's a mill deck, it's drop manipulation, and it's free plays. I mean, yeah, black isn't mill, but it's self-mill. So yeah, you play Vegex, you mill a lot of your cards, then you play them from the drop for free, or you overwhelm, and the leader has this Sparking 20 protection, which allows you to not die when you run out of cards in your deck, but you just shuffle your drop back into your deck. So it's a unique playstyle, which, I mean, it isn't unique in what it does, but this drop shuffle, that's unique. And it's a very cheap deck. It doesn't have a lot of expensive staples in it, and you can get it as a starter deck. There you can find a pretty solid portion of the engine to get you started. And finally, we have Gogeta Xeno as our competitive option. This is the best black deck at the start of 2022, when this video is being published. It's black aggro, it's extremely fast, extremely powerful. You just slam big guys, they have like double strike, the SS3 which warps something when it attacks. Yeah, it's super consistent, super powerful. And it's very cheap because a lot of its staples have been reprinted, but there are still some promo cards like Promo Supreme Kai, which is expensive and you need it to play the deck optimally. And I'm happy to report that this is our final list, and we are finally done with all of these beginners guides video, and I'm super happy that you guys stuck with me through this journey and stick around for more content. And with that being said, we have reached the end of this video. If you have enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe button. We are on our way to 500 subscribers. It's amazing, all of you are amazing, and keep a lookout for more content.